What's up and welcome back to another video on the YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing a tier list over the teams coming into the Rlcs 22-23 season. Now this is after day 1 of the open qualifiers. I didn't watch those, but I also watched the top 16 qualifiers. I streamed them. I also will be streaming the closed qualifiers on Sunday, so come check in, tune in for that. I think that is tomorrow at the time I'm uploading this video. Kind of just depends. We'll see you there. But pretty much, this is my RLCS 2022-23 tier list based on top 16 qualifiers alone. So every team here that did not play in the top 16 qualifiers are in the unranked tab. So like Charlotte Phoenix, Frequency, let's see who else. Gentlemen, Lil Step Bros, Loco, Nefarious, Knights, Shopify Rebellion, and that is everyone. Every other team here played in the top 16 qualifier, and to be fair, I had a lot. I actually pre-recorded this video yesterday, but I didn't end up uploading it. Wow, have my opinions changed a lot. I will pop up a picture on screen of the initial bracket of what happened. I'm gonna base it around that, kinda, not in the same way overall, but I do think it's gonna be very similar to that. So let's get into it. Alright, so I'm going to start off with the bottom teams. I'm going to put them in D tier. These are teams I really don't see in making like a top 6, top 5 debut, make it major. And that being a Crew, as well as at the current moment, probably Accelerate. Now, these two teams are really good. I actually like both these teams, and I think both these teams did show up today, especially Accelerate. Accelerate looked phenomenal. They looked really good. They actually took it to a game 5. They ended up losing in the end. They had a face clamp, but they went against some great teams. Actually, perfect swept energy today in the first round. So props to them. They came up, they showed up, they really truly dominated here. And to be fair, they did great. Like they did for unreal. So congrats to them. Deserved. Going up next, these are teams that I can think making top 6. This would be in the C tier team. These are teams I think may make a top 8, top 6 run a couple of times. I don't see making a major still. Most of these teams I don't see, and a couple of these I just don't feel are going to make it at the current moment. And that is Xset, Ghost Gaming, Gingy, and Dignitas. Also Rogue. Don't get me wrong, these teams are really good. These teams really showed up today in the top 16 qualifiers. They're really good. Don't get me wrong, they are really, really, really good. Ghost showed up, they played pretty well. Exit didn't really show up to where they needed to be. Gingy, getting used to the surroundings, understandable. They went 1-3. It's okay. Dignitas, they did qualify going into a round 5. Same with Rogue. Not bad showing from both these teams. I think they both can show up. Definitely making a top 8. I don't see them making a major still. Alright, going to B tier. These are the teams that I think could make a major. I think they have to show up a little bit more. Especially from what I saw in this tournament. It looked rough from them. It looked rough. I'm going to go ahead and put them NRG, Furia, and Complexity. Now, don't get me wrong when I say this. Complexity looked great today. They ended up qualifying in like 4. Did great, did an amazing and fantastic job. There's a couple mistakes I think they made, and overall, I think they can change it up. I can actually understand putting Complexity in A tier as well. Currently, I'm putting them in B tier. I think they're good. I think they're the best one out of this list so far from what I saw from today. And yeah, definitely showing up. Furia and NRG, however, they did not show up. Neither one of them qualified. NRG went out in round 5. I think they lost to Rogue. And they lost pretty badly. It was a 3-0, and it was not close in the last game. It was like a 4-0 last game, and NRG just slowly going downhill. They are losing it. I think they need a roster change very soon. I'm surprised they didn't make a roster change. However, they didn't. They stuck with the roster, and now they're here. So I think they made a mistake with that. They can improve. I can see them going up to A tier. Maybe not S tier. I don't think they're the best they used to be. Yeah. And Furia, in stream if you watched it, Furia, I've said multiple times, were the top 4 at World Championship, and it did not show here. I mean, they didn't even make it. They went to round 5. They ended up losing to Dignitas in the last round. And yes, they kept it pretty close. It was a close game overall. I think in the end, Furia kind of let it go. But what I saw from Furia today, it was not it. Furia did not show up. I think they still have the potential. I do understand they're just getting used to being a cross-region team. And I still think that they can make a major. I think they will still be a top 8 team, considering that I'm hoping that they do make it out of close qualifiers. It'd be kind of weird if they don't. And energy, same thing. Complexity as well. Complexity looked the best out of the three teams here, and overall, yeah. Okay, A tier. This is gonna be your top five. For me personally, I'm gonna go ahead and put Optic and FaZe Clan here. Now, FaZe Clan looked really good. I think they gave up a lot of stuff that they really should not have. FaZe Clan kind of looked on defense in some parts. Some parts looked phenomenal, and then offense, of course, they're not gonna look bad. They have first killer, they had miss, it's typical. The pass plays were just so clean, so nice. I definitely think that they're gonna be top five, both these teams. FaZe fixed a couple things on defense. They looked a little rough. I think Miss is just now getting used to being in FaZe. Understandable, it happens. Optic, same thing. There's a couple mistakes they were making. They did qualify. They actually got swept by SSG. Storyline was unfortunate. I'm a huge Optic fan now, and I really wanted them to at least keep it close with Space Station. To be fair, though, this is a completely new roster, and they don't have like the experienced three-mans. They have scrims. They've played for a little bit. But compared to Space Station, even with a new member of LJ, Daniel and Arsenal have also played for such a long time. They had that chemistry together. It makes sense. Optic definitely, I think, will be a top five, top six team. Right now, there's a couple mistakes they can fix, but they look great. And obviously, our teams left are all going in S tier. Space Station version 1 and G2. G2 looked great. I think they do have a couple mistakes they need to fix. They gave up a couple of games they really shouldn't have. I think they gave up one game, and it was to like Optic in like a game 5, and their defense just kind of looked a bit rough. I think as it progresses, G2 will go back to their normal strength. You guys got to think it was like 2 month break. Yes, they were playing scrims, they were grinding, but getting back into the Rlcs things, they got to get used to it. I think G2 looked great. Over that, they look great. Next, version 1. Version 1 went 3-0 in the day. Same with Space Station game. Version 1 is version 1. They kind of like that clutch team, and they looked great. I think I can't remember the teams that they faced exactly, but overall, I do know that they did not let it go to a game 5. I'm pretty sure they went to no game 5. They swept one team, and it looked great. They looked great. Probably a couple mistakes. I didn't really watch a lot of V1. I just know that they did go 3-0 the day, and they looked pretty good. I think they were going up against Furia and had a couple of things. After all, it is Furia. But to be fair, they're a great team. I still think they're going to be a top 3 team. And Space Station Gaming with LJ looked phenomenal. LJ looked great. I can't lie with you. I think this team, Space Station, is going to be a top 3 team. I think this is a regional winning team. I think as long as their mistakes don't catch up with them like they were a couple of weeks ago, I think they definitely are going to be a regional winning team, a high placing major team, even a major winning team. A world winning team could be a little bit of overstatement right now. I think they could get to that progression. I think once LJ gets settled in a little bit more in Space Station, they'll be great. I think they'll probably be one of the best teams in North America and out there competing with G2 and like everything. I mean, I think overall Space Station is probably more mechanical than G2. Chicago is kind of mechanical, JNUPS is very mechanical, and then Atomic is just beyond mechanical. But in Space Station Gaming, all 3 of the players are mechanical, and they just look great. Obviously, Arsenal's kind of like the Chicago. They're kind of there. They have that basic knowledge. They know what they need to do. They pass to the teammates. They let the other team do it. They're on defense. They're doing whatever. They're demoing. They're kind of like the exact same play style and understandable. Yeah, they're really kind of a close team, and I think Space Station Gaming will very, very, very much complete. Yeah, I really don't have much more to say. Space Station looked great today. All these teams look great except for the ones that I've unranked. I didn't watch the open qualifiers. I do think all the teams did qualify here. I'm not quite sure. I'm not sure about Little Step Bros. I think everything qualified here. I think Gentlemen might have been one that didn't qualify. I really don't know. I'll look after this. If they did, they did. Anyways, yeah, this is my overall tier list of how I think teams are going to be rated this season. If you agree or disagree with anything here, let me know in the comment section down below. I will also be streaming on Sunday the close qualifiers, the bottom 8 of the top 16 qualifiers, and your top 8 of the open qualifiers. So stop by. I would love to see you there. Anyways, have a good one, and I'll see you next time.